Hello and welcome to episode 11 of On Second Thought with Mike and Matt. He's Matt. I'm Mike. How we doing, sir?
I'm doing okay. How you doing, Mike?
Oh, living the dream on a Thursday, July 11th. It is hot, sweaty, and balmy in Massachusetts.
July 11th already.
It's a hell of a
fast. Already. July 4th came and went. You got all your fingers and toes still? Didn't lose anything to the fireworks or anything like that?
No, but I had a close call. I went to a couple parades, maybe 30 or 40 or so parades, Matt. Do you know anything about this?
I don't know anything about your 30 or 40 parades. I know that's amazing for number one to be out in public like that.
Could have been more. Could have been maybe 50, 60. I was putting in some work there towards the end to get to all these parades. I had lots of squirrel intestines. I had lots of rad toads. I got some beautiful masks for my efforts too.
You got quite the beer sign collection too, I bet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Some honeycomb, honey and stuff.
Although I'm disappointed, I didn't have any donuts, and I didn't have any butter churn.
I got a butter churn. I got some butter churn that happened over the 4th. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For those who
I was lucky enough.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, we are talking about the illustrious parade in Fallout 76 called Foshnot, and you replay that over and over again for
every hour
for various XP and legendary, and like Matt said, top of the hour. So that's kind of how I spent my 4th. I got a nice walk-in the morning in real life, not in the game. And, 4th is not a big, it's never really been, well, I should back up. Since the death of my grandparents, a lot of things have not celebratory anymore. So they were the glue that held us all together, and we would go over their house for the 4th. And then later in life, when my aunt and uncle became successful and they had a home, just like, we have homes now, we shifted going from my grandparents' house to my aunt and uncle's house. But then once my grandparents died, all those types of holidays were ceased and desist. Now we just do like the big ones, you know what I mean? Like,
yep. Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter.
Yeah.
But how was your 4th?
It's pretty good. It rained, unfortunately, during the day, off and on during the night, which is kind of good and bad. It was nice because I didn't feel obligated to do anything, but it was bad because then that means all the yokels out there who had their fireworks, had to wait a day or two to light them all off. So it was quite the long weekend, Mike, of fireworks going off in the neighborhood every night. Lots of fireworks.
I'm going to have to ask the family because it was double XP weekend in Fallout 76, and we're going to get into that. But I spent a lot of my time just making sure I was taking advantage of that. So I didn't hear one firework go off, and I don't know if it's because I was down here in the basement or we just weren't close to anything this year. But I didn't hear one, not even a firecracker. I'll have to ask the fam though.
I imagine lots, down there in your bunker, and just concentrated on. I'm not sure, with playing Fallout because we played a lot this past weekend together. If you had headphones on or whatever, so that probably blocked out a lot of sound because I know these blocked out a lot of the sound this past weekend.
These beautiful Sony headphones. You want to show them off a little bit, Matt? You want to do a little, like you're on the Price is Right. You want to do a little twist and turn.
I wish people could see this right now.
Yeah, beautiful thing. But I didn't even hear. I visit a couple sites, like Boston.com and things like that, and there wasn't even too much fanfare on there. Usually, the Boston Pops gets, front page and they have, video recaps. I didn't see any of that this year. It felt really subdued. And I don't know if it's because it's, it's really hot across the country. I don't know. Whatever it is, it felt a little bit underwhelming this year, and certainly I didn't participate at all, so I'm part to blame.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because it was on a Thursday or what, but yeah, it seemed low key as far as awareness, but there's definitely a lot of people around throwing off fireworks and doing stuff, but it just seemed the media itself around here also was kind of a low key event, it seemed.
Now, how did your work handle that? Did they give everybody the Friday off, or did you have to take it off?
No, if you wanted it off, you had to take off. Yeah, got Thursday off, but Friday was up to you to take.
I had to work on the Friday, but it was a very quiet day. I was doing a lot of gaming and checking in to make sure there was no urgent emails and stuff like that.
Yeah, I imagine work was pretty empty on Friday. Talking over this past week, there was a few people in that did stuff. They said they came in because they knew no one would be around. They could get a lot of stuff done. So,
how, because you work for a larger company and you go into the office, and I work for a much smaller company and I don't go into the office. Is this a big vacation week for people? You noticed a lot of people out this week, and a lot of your customers, like, difficult to get in touch with people?
Yeah, there's a couple clients this past week that they knew it was the 4th. They took off and stuff, and a lot of people at work were off this past week. Yeah, like last Friday, I got a lot of stuff, a lot of emails, a lot of things for people trying to get stuff in before the holiday week. Definitely trying to get in touch with people with the government was difficult last week. Yeah, I don't know, it was a being in the middle of the week like that, like on a Thursday. A lot of people take advantage of it. Wednesday, Thursday seems to be where people take the whole week off, as opposed to like a Friday where they might not take any damn off, just take a 3-day week or whatever, or like a Monday, Tuesday type of thing. So.
Let's talk about the government for a second. That just triggered a thing in my brain. I am testing out getting my passport online. The U.S. government's doing like a beta program for that. Are you guys? I assume it's nationwide. I have no reason not to believe, but the deadline is soon for that Real ID. Do you already have one of those?
I already have one. Yeah.
I don't
know how the deadline was a year or two ago. Yeah.
They pushed it back in Massachusetts to like May of 2025.
Okay.
But I assume that's at the federal level, because you can't get on an airplane unless you have a Real ID. But that, I've been on airplanes, last October. So I think that must not go into effect, nationwide till next year.
And that's not exactly true. You can still get on an airplane if you don't have a Real ID, but you have to bring additional paperwork with you to be able to fly.
And what's that additional paperwork?
Birth certificate, social security card, passport. Yeah. Pretty much the stuff that they want you to bring to get your Real ID, you would have to bring to the airport to be able to get on a plane. And it would absolutely delay going through TSA.
And the passport trumps the Real ID, I believe. Like, you don't need a passport and a Real ID. You could not get a Real ID and use your passport, I believe.
Along with additional documentation, yes. You could get on a plane.
Huh. Well, the fuck? Yeah. I don't know where I'm going. I'm getting the passport, but I have no idea where I'm fucking going.
Get your passport. So you don't have the Real ID yet?
No, because there's no deadline until May 2025.
I would still get. I mean, it just makes it easier.
My license doesn't expire until October of 2026.
So you have to do it before then, though. So if you want Real ID by 2025, you have to get your license renewed.
I know.
Yeah.
But usually, I'm pretty sure in Massachusetts, if you get your license renewed, let's say I walked into the registry tomorrow, they're just not going to let me renew. You're going to have to take, not a road test, but you're going to have to take some sort of license test, like some sort of driving test. You just can't go in and hey, I want to fucking renew this thing 2 years early. There's some sort of rigmarole, red tape bullshit that you have to walk through. You're not supposed to renew your license until it's under 6 months. I don't think they want you tying up the fucking lines there. Oh, I don't like my picture, so I'm getting a new fucking ID. You know what I mean? There is some bullshit they make you walk through. But As far as the passport, I have no idea where I'm going. I saw this thing the other day, and I imagine this is going on in a lot of places because the prices of everything is going up. But did you see the issue in Barcelona?
No, what's going on there?
There, prices are going through the roof because of tourism, and the government's not putting the money back in. The government's keeping the money to themselves and not giving back to the locals, and the locals are now having to pay out through the ass. So what did some of the locals do? They attacked the tourists with squirt guns this weekend.
Okay, so that was Barcelona. I saw that on TV where someone was going around people in restaurants and stuff. The locals were going around with squirt guns, squirting water on them.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how I would feel about that because you don't know if that's water or not. You don't know what's in there.
Well, not only that, I mean,
it could be acid, it could be bleach, it could be poison. I mean, that's.
But that aside, going from Ohio to Spain or Massachusetts to Spain, it's a lot of money to have your vacation ruined because, people are upset. It's just not a good time to travel in general. It really isn't. Do the local stuff. And I was just devastated to learn. I told you how I had a great time in Vermont.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago. I didn't know, fallout's really got a grip on me, Matt. I don't know a lot of things that are going on in this world. But I didn't know the hurricane already passed like through Texas and already went up the East Coast because it didn't affect us at all where we live. But,
we got a bunch of rain.
But Vermont got 6 inches of rain.
Mm-hmm.
In those areas I was telling you that got devastated last year because of all the rain they got in July. A lot of those same places.
Hit again.
Yeah, some apartment buildings got wiped out and a lot of the infrastructure. So,
wow, that's unfortunate.
It is. So yeah, I'm doing the beta test for the passport. We're going to see how that goes. I hear people have great success with it. That it shows up within a week or so. Now I can't know it makes sense, but I can't do it for the kids, which means I still got to go to like the U.S. passport office, which is the biggest fucking pain in the ass. I mean, sitting in those lines, and then the people just.
Can you just go to the post office?
No.
Any post office can do a passport.
I don't think for kids. I'm not sure. We had to be there with them, and
Well, you got to be there with them, yeah. But I mean, you go to the post office, you fill out the paperwork, get your picture taken. Maybe
we went to the office in downtown Boston because we were in a hurry to get. I don't remember, but it was a 3-ring circus. Not only because the lines were so long, but it was like, I'm not sure if you've ever been out of the country, Matt. When you leave the country,
not lately.
When you leave the country and you come back into the country, you get grilled.
Oh yeah, mm-hmm.
And that's what it was like there. They took like double and 3 looks at to see if we look like the kids look like us, and it was a whole ordeal. It was not a pleasant experience. I would not give it a 5-star Michelin rating on that.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. The other day, the 6th, was my 1-year anniversary of my fitness journey. I would have posted something on Twitter, but no one reads Twitter posts anymore. They just it's like farting into farting into a screen door, man. We talked a couple episodes now. It's been a while. It's work. It does not get easier for me. It every day it's a mental. I get done with work, and especially with Fallout now, I would love to just be done with work and just fire up Fallout and play for a couple hours before dinner. Every day it is a fucking grind. It's just a year later, it's still a grind to make sure that I get done with work and I get my workout in and go for my walk and then have dinner and then play the game.
But you feel better after you do that, though, right? I mean, compared, you do that, but compared to if one day you just went from work to playing Fallout or just sit around, you would be much more miserable. I guarantee it. Yeah,
and that's 100% true, but that also is scary. It's a little bit of a preview or a peering into the window of how people can get addicted to whatever, overworking out, food, having, what do they call that when, some people they have too much food and they puke it off. What am I looking for?
I want to say botulism, but it's not botulism. It's
just eating disorder. Eating disorder.
Yeah, eating disorder. Yeah.
That it is. I'm not saying any of that is happening, but I do have that like guilt. Like the other day, the kids made homemade pizzas. I never have pizza now, but it looks so good, and the kids made it, so I had some. But I made, if I didn't do my workout, I didn't get my walk in, I would have that like sort of
that guilt.
Yeah. So it's like I said on that show a couple episodes ago. Anything you want. It sounds simple, but anything you want, it's all about the hard work. You got to put the work in. There's no easy, especially at our age, man. I'm not 50, but I'm close. It's not like we have a wide age range here. We're pretty similar. You got to be on top of it.
And I see what you're saying there. You kind of feel that guilt and stuff. And, I just said that, if you didn't do it, you would feel worse about. But there is times where you do need, a mental break, a rest, whatever. And you just have to, take a day and just, all right, chill, relax. Maybe, on a day where you're doing well, maybe not a day you're eating pizza or ice cream or something like that, but on a day where you're doing well. And I say, you know what? Okay, it's been 4 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. Today, I'm just going to chill, mental break, relax, and kind of reset type of thing. Let the body rest, let the body recharge, whatever.
Yeah, I don't hit the weights 7 days a week. I don't do my workout 7 days. I'm pretty good about 6 days, depending on how long of a walk my wife and I do on the weekends. I might take the whole weekend off from lifting weights, but definitely Monday through Friday is weights and walking. Weekends lately, because we've been doing 5 to 6 miles at a time, I've been taking the weights off. Now my wife goes away this weekend, so I'll be home alone. I usually don't do a 5 to 6 mile walk by myself. I just get bored or whatever. And
sure.
So I'll probably do like a 3 mile walk, and I'll probably do the weights in the afternoon on Saturday or Sunday. But I definitely take one day off on the weekend as far as the weightlifting.
Okay, good.
As far as the eating and stuff goes like that, I'm pretty consistent with it. Tomorrow night though, my son and I will treat ourselves. We'll get some Chinese food. But even then, I'm not getting the usual like the Peking raviolis and the chicken fingers and the scallion
dumplings and all that shit.
Yeah, I won't. I'll get some like chicken lo mein. I know the lo mein, is pasta, so there'll be some, carbs and stuff in there, but
sure.
But I'm not getting the real fried foods. I'm still feel like I'm eating somewhat healthy. And then with the whole exercising and eating right too, it doesn't take much for me to fill up. So I'll probably have half.
I can imagine, yeah.
I'll have half the meal, and then I feel full, and then I'll have half of it the next day or something like that. But you look like you're slimming down, Matt.
I'm trying to. I am trying to.
That face is getting a little tapered.
I could. I hope so. Maybe if I shave my beard, it'll help out a little bit too. Yeah, I've been cutting out a lot of the carbs, which I should be anyway. Getting back and cutting out of the carbs. During work and that, I've been eating better. I've been packing salads, making my own lunches and stuff. I'm not going out. At work, when we get lunch, I'm been requesting a light lunch now instead of a big old sandwich and cookie and chips and all that stuff. Now it's a salad or some type of lighter, smaller sandwich or something like that. So little things like that adding up. Just trying to be healthier, better.
So you tried to boost your ego with this stuff, and I should know better than to ask my wife these questions. But I said, hey, now that I've, dropped some weight and things like that, are you less embarrassed to be around me? And she's like, let's not go crazy here.
Let's not push it yet.
Yeah, these are things. These are things I discuss with her on the walk. And one thing I've noticed on walks, people are very friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody gives like the high five, hello, good morning.
Yeah. How you doing? Yeah.
And this one woman did it, and a couple women didn't. So I said to Lynn, I go, I'm closing in on, 65, 70 pounds here and lost, whatever. And I go, do you think women find me attractive now? I go, and she said, what are you talking about? I was like, well, that woman didn't even look at me. She didn't even say hello. She's like, she's probably listening to her music, you fuckface. What's wrong with you? You know, you need your ego stroked every fucking 2 seconds. I go, no,
Yes.
I go, no, I just like to have it stroked once. That'd be nice. So, yeah.
How'd that go? It probably went over just like a rock in a pond, I bet, huh?
I don't know if she knew what I really meant, but
that could have went multiple ways. Yes,
exactly. Yeah, these are things, you know. Not to get on the whole age to hear thing, Matt, but and I'm not bringing this up because of certain things that are in the news, even though I shouldn't really know about these things because I try to avoid the news. But the older I am getting in life, the less I am attracted to younger women. You know what I'm saying? So let's put it this way. Like Bill Belichick is like 75, 74, and he's dating a 24-year-old woman.
Yeah.
That would not do anything for me. I feel
25.
It's not what I was getting at, Matt.
Oh.
But I feel like the older I am getting, well, first of all, the older I'm getting, the more and more attracted to my wife I'm getting. I don't know how that's happening. I don't know if anybody else out there can relate to that, if that's even possible. But I definitely, as I am out and about and exercise and walking around, you know, the older middle-aged woman catches my eye more than the, you know, 25, 28-year-old.
Yes. Same.
Same. But what scares me now, where I'm going with this, you know, projecting ahead, like,
oh boy.
Do you think that will be the case when you're 70? That all of a sudden, like this elderly.
Oh man! You know, hey, Barb! Look at that 60-year-old over there. Look at that, man. Her cancer's still upright.
These are things I ponder on my walks. Like, yeah, that looks attractive right now, but yeah, when I'm 70, I don't know if I'm going to be attracted to 70-year-olds.
I can relate. I can relate. Where it's like, yeah, these some of these young people.
Careful now. People might be in earshot.
Yeah. I told you. Yeah, I'm not going to say that again. But some of these younger women, it's like, okay, yeah, they're good, but yeah, it's you know, they're more. I'm not supposed to say mature, not like fucking granny banger or something like that, but you know, just like, you know, just yeah, I know where you're coming from here. I'm just going to say it, leave it at that, and yeah, like, yeah, when I'm 80 and you know, some 70-year-old, I don't know. It's like, yeah, wait, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, but then again, if I'm 80
and I'm still hunting that down,
exactly. I'm still maybe chasing some tail, you know, and you know, I'm still without medicine, and you know, staying to attention. Yeah, you know, hey, ain't nothing wrong there neither, my man.
Where do you go from there? Quick segue, man. Any Steam sale purchases?
That's a hell of a segue.
Yeah. You know, if there's any 80-year-olds out there listening to us for some reason, you know, certainly write in and let us know. You know,
that's how your thoughts on the feeling. You know, that's what you're thinking. You know, if you got Mike and Matt walking down the street, and you're 80 years old, and you know, 50-year-old.
Hey, according
dad bod type of guys, and you're like, oh man, and if that still makes you a little moist in your biscuit, or whatever, you know, just let us know.
Hey, you know, we've had someone say it's all about the hydration and the exercise and a little bit of meditation, and you'll get that drive will keep going. How is the hydration working for you, Matt?
We got to drink right now.
I know we got to keep this show short because of all the hydration.
The hydration's going on, man.
You got to get
hydrated.
You got to get back to it.
couple weeks ago, I was playing Hydrate out at the farm.
Puddles. That's a throwback, ladies and gentlemen. That's a throwback. If anybody you were around for those days, that is a throwback.
Yes, sir.
I'll just leave that at there. Steam sale ended today. I can say that I did not make any purchases. Zero. Nip. Nada.
Yeah, me neither, unfortunately.
There was a couple of things that caught my eye. There was a couple of things I was debating, but we're going to get to it here in just a few minutes. Fallout 76 has just got its teeth in me so bad. I was like, these things are just going to sit. I know a few weeks ago I got you that Rock City
that
Crime Wave game, and we
got to check that out. I didn't hear on my desktop.
And we got the it was a few other weeks back. We got the zombie game? Dead Rising. Dead Rising was on sale on PC, and then Valheim, I think we purchased. So there's a lot of things in the queue, and I did not make any purchases this time around.
Lots of sales, lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, I was debating on getting Fallout 76 on the Steam because I still think that's probably the best version to be playing. I don't think on Game Pass we're getting the test server. I think you only can get that on Steam, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I mean, it's down to $10, and I should have picked it up. Good, $9.99. Now it's back up to its regular price.
Yeah. Well, let's talk Fallout 76. We've certainly been playing it a lot. I think I was checking the notes from the last show we did 2 weeks ago, and I think around that episode I hit level 50. So I'm almost 50 levels higher. I'm officially level 94 now. So put a lot of hours in and soaked up that double XP. A lot of learnings are going on, Matt. I would think both of us, silly stuff that I think we should have known. That, like I didn't know like the workbench repair was like how you repaired stuff. I thought you had to use repair kits. I thought the workbench repair was I was repairing the workbench.
No, sir.
And you were going around looting everybody individually, and I was like, well, why don't you just press nearby corpses and loot everybody all at once? So
mind blowing that was.
These silly things, and just last night we were trying to get the fertilizer daily, and the quick search of the Googles after I logged off said you have to bulk it and then scrap it, and that will get it unlocked for you.
Well, there was still that one where you could get the raw fertilizer. Somehow you take that and you can get it. But no, the one you sent was a guy like, just take fertilizer you have in your stash, make it bulk, and then break it down. And there you go. And son of a bitch, we spent a half hour, 45 minutes, Mike, trying to find fertilizer and seeing what we had to do. And I had it done in a minute. After you sent me that text about what to do, I was like, fuck, it's done. I did it. 1 minute. That was it.
I logged on just before lunch today, and I knocked out those 2 dailies, the fertilizer and the critical hits with the automatic rifle.
That was a hard one. I had difficulty with that one.
Took me about 10 minutes. I had a couple robots that came to the camp. I knocked it out. I knocked it out with those, and then I made it incredibly harder on myself and went to the golf course. And tell me why at the golf course all of a sudden. Well, this is what I'm noticing at the golf course originally. I think there was maybe scorched in some areas, but now they're ghouls. How come the ghouls are like getting more muscular? Are you noticing this? Is it because
they're getting bulky? They're getting bulky?
Is that because of the game? Like we're leveling up, so they're leveling up.
Yeah, there's like charred ghouls, which are big husky looking things, and the other ones and they seem to be getting faster.
Oh, and mob mentality. They like they give you a beat down. They all come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But anyways, I went to the golf course and used the automatic rifle there and got the critical hits.
And I'm not sure, but the golf, like we went to the golf course and everything was friendly. And some ghouls started attacking the robots at the golf course. Remember that?
Yeah.
And so we thought, well, okay, let's help. And we shot the ghouls, and all the robots and everything turned red against us. And we're like, what the hell? What happened here?
We must have had a stray bull or something, or they couldn't keep track of all the bullshit.
Yeah, possibly.
But,
speaking of bullshit,
oh my God.
there's a quest. That quest you and I are trying to do. Buried treasure.
Buried treasure. This is a pivotal moment in the game where you have to decide between the settlers or the raiders.
Yeah.
Right? And we have decided to pony up with the raiders. We're cracking into a vault to get some gold so we can be rich. But there's too much commotion going on when you crack into this vault. The vault door comes flying down. There's all sorts of like robots inside, or at least the automatic turrets are inside. Our gang is rushing in, and they're getting stuck on the environment sometimes, or sometimes they progress further, but the door doesn't shut correctly where you're supposed to speak to them through an intercom. Long story short, we must have tried to complete this quest line, I don't know, a dozen times by now?
At least, if not more.
And
yeah.
And you're telling me that this is part of the Wastelanders DLC?
I think it's a Wastelanders DLC that this came out in.
So this has to be what? And would you say 4 to 6 years old range, somewhere in that area?
Something like that, yeah.
So it's a bug that's widely known, and you go on Reddit, it's all over the place.
It's all over the place. Yeah, you just Google buried treasure Fallout 76, and there's going to be people, I can't complete it, it's bugged, it's fucked up. Ah.
Yeah, I read something last night, they say, when it's bugged, fast travel to the crater and fast travel back. We did that last night. That didn't solve the issue.
We did that the one time we did it. We thought we made progress where we did that. We left, we came back, and then they went back in that room where you got to speak to them through the intercom, but that wasn't working. And it's like, fuck. Yeah.
That aside, we started at the top of the show talking about the Foshnot Parade. And another revelation since we last spoke is we started to play on the public server. So my excitement for this game and my interest has gone up exponentially because we made that jump to the public servers. Because not that the community has been great to us. Nothing bad has happened. But I think seeing the community, seeing what other players have achieved, not only with their camps, but their loadouts, their perks, it's it's pushing me to get to that level. Maybe in like other games, like in Destiny, everybody kind of looked the same. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like when I played Destiny that I was like optics wise didn't have the same stuff as everybody else. But in this game, I really feel like there's the haves and the have-nots, and like these people that are like 200 and levels and higher, their gear, their looks, their output, the things that they can do, the jetpack, the marsupial serum that you can jump really high, like all those things are like what we're pushing for and striving for. I'm watching this woman play on PlayStation on YouTube. She streams, and she's like totally cloaked. You can't see her, and she's like one-shotting these super mutants, and she's level 555. It's something to shoot for. Am I ever going to get there? Am I going to lose interest at some point? I don't know. But that is the carrot that is dangling in front of the face right now.
Well, and let's give a big shout out to Mike here for going to the public server in the first place, because you people don't understand what I had to deal with one night.
Stranger danger.
Before we went to a public. Normally, I'm the one that people come in, start talking, that I freeze up. But we were talking about going to this public server, and Mike, good Lord, was just like he had to padlock and deadbolt his door to his cabin. And he was all worried about his stash and all of his stuff. Like, well, what if someone comes into my house? What if someone comes what if they come over to my place? I was like, no, They're going to be fine.
Now we know.
Not going to do anything.
Now we know what happens, though. Like, I unlocked someone's door at their place, and all of a sudden I became a wanted man.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And someone,
yes, he was the one that caused trouble.
And someone killed me at a train station. In my defense, there was a woman behind the door in a bikini, and I wanted to get a better look. So I unlocked.
She was 22.
She was definitely a solid 38. Come on. Yeah, who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew if someone locked their door and you picked the lock?
Oh God, Mike thought for sure we was going to get I don't know, murdered, robbed, mugged, going to a public server, and it was quite the experience when we did this. Going in, how come my door says it's locked, but I can go in and out? I can just go in and out. I think, well, because it's your door, you can go in and out.
I got the key. I got the key.
Yeah. Mike went over to my house. He's like, well, if I go to the stash, I'm going to see your stash. No, you're going to see your stash. No, I went, oh, well, it looks like my stuff. Is this mine? How do you know it's mine? How do you know this is your stuff? I was like, because I know it's not. It's yours. You're fine. Yeah, it was fun. It was great. Mike tipping his toe into the water there and just finally diving into it. And I don't think you'll ever go back to a private server.
Now I'm like Greg Louganis. I'm just fucking doing laps around the public server.
Absolutely, yeah, exactly. He's a pro now. Absolute pro.
Backstroke and the butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
But it is really enjoyable in the public service, just seeing everybody's camps and going to the vendors.
Yeah.
There's still so much to learn, and now that the double XP is over, I want to revamp my whole camp and get it more organized. I'm not sure if we want to talk about that, Matt, how slight moving of a pixel can submarine you.
Yeah, I really screwed that up, man. Trying to just modify my camp, move it that. I totally destroyed my camp. And now I'm in I went and recreated some place where I thought was nice. But now I hear women screaming at night and stuff and all types of crazy things going on around me. So I want to move my camp again. So yeah, I might go back to my original spot. The reason I moved my camp in the first place, I wanted to do something different because I bought this slide. There's a water slide in the Adams shop. I thought, man, this looks really cool. This is something right up my alley, this water slide. So I bought it. Well, the goddamn thing's huge. It is absolutely huge. Takes up a lot of space. So it wouldn't fit where I had my camp originally. So I tried to move my camp to, and end up destroying my old camp. Even the new camp I have, it's hard to fit in there. So I need to find a new area, rebuild my camp. Maybe a smaller house. Maybe something a little more cozy I need to build. I don't know. But, man.
It was a rough couple days for Matt because not only did the camp go sideways, but the day before that, or a couple days before that, we went vendor hopping, and we really both want a jetpack. A jetpack. And I don't think we understand how these jetpacks work. I think now
we do now.
I think now you buy you need to have a power armor torso, and then the jetpack clamps on or does something, connects to the torso. So you're not in a full power armor suit, but that's how they connect to each other. So I said to Matt, I said, all right, don't buy the power armor ones that are listed power armor jetpacks. Buy the Raider one, because maybe that just like straps over your shoulder. You buy it, and then I'll buy it. 3,000 caps each, right? But it wasn't one of those things like 1, 2, 3, 4, like we'll both buy it. Matt spends the $3,000. How's it look, Matt? You got it equipped yet? You got it on? How's it working?
Yeah.
And he's getting a little testy. I'm looking, Mike. I'm fucking looking. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, Mike's like, "What's the components? How do you make it? What do you need to make it? Where you got to make it?" I was like, "I can't even equip the goddamn thing. I can't even find it." And then come to realize I needed the Raider power torso.
Yeah, and
for this thing to work.
And if anybody's been playing with Fallout with Matt, he is not enamored with the Fallout armor, with the power armor.
I'm not. I'm not a power armor man.
Yeah. So he has not used we have you have not used a jetpack yet, nor have neither one of us used a marsupial serum because we're
a little afraid.
We're a little scaredy cats of how that's going to impact our intelligence.
Well, yeah, I mean, it raises our jump and strength. It raises two things pretty good.
Yeah, but brings down your intelligence by 4, I think.
Yeah, -4 in your intelligence. And I mean, Mike and I aren't that bright as it is. So to have -4 intelligence isn't probably a good thing. So we're a little weary to take it. But that's one of the examples of a nice guy. He'd go and say, hey, we was in his house looking at stuff, looking at his vending shop. And
yeah, I bought some ammo. Once I bought something, he was like, hold up.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
But I haven't used it yet.
So, like me, Matt, to summarize here, are you feeling more and more of a pull? Is it like on your brain, besides, work and family stuff, you're like, boy, I'm just chomping at the bit to get back to some more Fallout 76?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think so. I was before you were. I was, and getting on and doing stuff and all of that. Absolutely, it's fun. Like the other night, might have been last night or the night before, we got on and you said, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm just going to do my dailies and some challenges. And because it's just what I feel like I wanted to do. I didn't want to feel like doing a bunch of big quests and all of that stuff. And, just something simple as just doing that stuff was fun and relaxing and good time. It was a lot of fun.
I was reading Reddit today, and there's a good percentage of the people that played the game just like that. That haven't done a majority of the quests. That they just go in and do their dailies and hang out at their camp and play, socially with their friends, but they don't do any of the quest stuff because the progression doesn't carry over. I think if that was built in where you would get co-op progression, they would complete those quests. But because the co-op part is such a big thing for them, they don't do any of the quest lines.
And that's a big issue I have with the game is Mike and I are both at the same level with quests and things to do together. And so we can do them together, but you're doing them together, but you're not. Like I can go in, I can help Mike kill people and do stuff, but I get experience and I get caps, but I don't get credit for the quest or anything.
Yeah,
which is bad for an MMO game. That seems wrong and off.
Yeah, I mean, in Borderlands and Destiny, they got it figured out a long time ago.
Yep, even Division does.
Yes, yep, Division as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is slowly but surely turning into a Fallout 76 podcast where we just talk about other things along the way. We are pretty knee deep into it. I did play one other game just to I wanted to get away from the computer and play on the bigger TV. I did fire up that Robo Cop game that came out a while ago.
Uh-huh.
Now you are well aware of what it's like to walk when you are out of action points and are encumbered.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's like full time walking around in Robo. It is very, very slow. Now you can level up the character as you go through. You can, so maybe he gets faster at some point. You can do a little bit of sprinting here and there. So that it is a slow burn in that aspect. But boy, the shooting feels really, really satisfying in that game. Now it's not a tough game, but just the brutality of like the headshots you're doing on the enemies is very, very satisfying. They got the shooting down nice and a good variety of weapons, and it's typical, B tier gaming. You know what I mean? It's not something you'd want to spend full price on, but just for some of the laughs and the shooting aspects of it, I thought it was well worth my time. But it does feel like a slog because of the speed that the character moves in and because of the archaic game design. Okay, go here and a lot like Fallout 2. Go here and do this. Now there's a mission over here and you got to walk all over there and investigate that area. And then it's bringing you back to where you just were. And then you got to go back, it's like rinse, repeat, that type of shit.
Yeah,
But the draw for me so far has been the shooting. It's really top notch.
How much is the game?
Oh, If I had to guess, it probably right now that there's no sales on, somewhere like 39 or 49, somewhere in that area. I think it's on PC.
Okay.
I was playing it on PS5.
Okay.
Moving on, we got a question from Mafia Thug. Do you guys have any insight to Guerrilla Games and a new Killzone, or even a new Resistance? So what I would tell you is that Guerrilla, like a lot of corporations, right, Matt? They get a big hit and they try to milk the fucking franchise dry. So Guerrilla Games is all about the Horizon franchise right now. They had Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West. They had DLC for those games. They have the VR. I'm not sure how actively involved they are with this Lego version that's coming out. But that's what Guerrilla Games has been doing. So Killzone and Resistance, I don't think they're dead, but they've just been put on hold so they can do these Horizon games. The guy who heads up PlayStation now, or one of the guys, Herman Hulst, was the head at Guerrilla Games. Will we see a Resistance or a Killzone at some point? Who knows? I mean, the last Killzone wasn't that well received.
That was a Killzone Shadowfall, when the PS4 came out. Yeah. Killzone 3 was so much fun. Great game.
The PSP Resistance game is now out on PlayStation. I'm not sure how long that's been out, but that can be played.
There was one that came out in a Vita too.
That was dreadful.
Oh my god, it was horrible. I think that's what killed the company. Oh my god, it was so bad.
Yeah,
everyone was looking forward to it. We got that. I was like, oh my god, I can't even play it.
Yeah, I don't think Guerrilla Games made that. They probably licensed that out.
Yeah.
It would be nice, though. I would like to see PlayStation get some more, shooters in their first-party, catalog. I think there's a place for Killzone and Resistance still to this day. But I don't.
I tell you, another game I would like to see them come out with is another Infamous
or SOCOM.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Or,
yes.
Not to go down and keep listing things, but what was that whole what are those games, the racing games where you raced in like the buggies and like the real muddy terrain? Those looked and played. MotorStorm, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, the MotorStorm series.
Yeah, yep.
Fucking great as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, to answer your question, Mafia, I don't think those franchises are dead. I just think they're dormant right now. Will they ever return? Who knows?
Oh, yeah. I'm disappointed.
All right, we have one gaming story here that we're going to tackle for the rest of the show. Microsoft is hiking the price of Game Pass Ultimate, and they're launching a new standard tier. So, the best of my knowledge, Matt, we are locked in at the current Ultimate price until September. And then in September, the Game Pass Ultimate goes up to $19.99. There is a new Game Pass standard that's coming out for anybody new to Game Pass. That's $14.99, but you don't get any day one games. Game Pass for console, existing subs, that's just on console. You won't get any of the cloud. You won't get any of the PC stuff, just console. $10.99 a month, day one games. To best of my knowledge for now, that is staying the same. That's not changing. PC Game Pass, you get day one games, $11.99. And then there's Game Pass Core. Bottom line is there's a lot of fucking levels.
And why you gotta make it so complicated?
Right. Yeah. I mean
what better way to chase your customers away than to make it complicated on what you're buying and what you're getting?
Yeah. I want to get into it, but I'm not going to read all these quotes, Matt, but I found, I dug up some here that I thought were interesting. And this is a wide range of people who I think by and large are supporters of Microsoft and Xbox. So this speaks louder to them. So like we think Paris from Kind of Funny Games and Gamertag Radio. And he says, no one is excited about Game Pass getting a price increase, but no one should be surprised either. I do question the complexity of having too many tiers and wonder if a cheaper ad-supported tier was ever an option. Well, what I'd say about that is we don't need another fucking tier, right? I get what I get what he's saying at, but goddamn, we introduced another tier to this whole thing, and you got that. What was that movie where the guy's like doing all the math equations on the windows?
For a better mind or whatever. You talking about the one where the
yeah.
A Beautiful Mind.
Beautiful Mind. Thank you. Yeah, I mean that's it. It's just way too complicated. And you have this guy here, Matt Piscatella. He's the executive director and video game industry advisor at Circana, which is like when you read all those NPD numbers, this is the guy that's putting them all together. He says, well, if subscribers aren't growing meaningfully, might as well raise the price on the most dedicated customers that will keep subscribing regardless of the cost. And that sort of gets to us, Matt. Like, I've been an Xbox, Gold, all the way back to Xbox Live Gold since the very beginning. Yeah. I've never let it lapse for 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's coming up $19.99 in the fall. It's $16.99 a month right now. I've said on past shows that I get incredibly good value out of it, not only for the stuff that I play, but my other two boys who are more enjoy the Xbox ecosystem more. They play the hell out of these things too. So even at $20, I still feel like I'm getting a good value. However, what I did today, and in the show notes you can see here, I put in a link to the CD keys, and I did buy 4 3-month packs. So I subscribed to a year, came to $128. If I just let it go, eventually it's going to be over $240 a year.
Yes.
So I bit the bullet and just said, all right, I'm buying these 4 keys off of CD keys for the 3 months each.
Yeah.
Got a year's for $128.
That was smart. Now, go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Well, what I was going to say is I know there's going to be some conversion here, right? They're going to not give me the full year out of that. I think when that flips over to the $19.99 price tag, they're going to do some fuzzy math there to say, well, just like when you pre-purchased Xbox Live, you didn't get all you paid for. There was like some conversion that happened. Like when they raised the prices and jumped to Game Pass.
I don't think so. I think you're going to get your full. I think you paid for it. You paid for what you had there. It'd be no difference for paying a year in advance of like Amazon Prime. In the middle of the year, they raise the price. They wait till you renew to charge you that new price.
We'll see.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'd be fine.
Right, so yeah. I mean, I don't know if that has any interest to you to like stock up, or if are you at the point yet? Because you've told me that you and your boys all have your own Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you're getting the increase times 3 over there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure I've said this either on Bad Fodder Figures or a game night or a 40cast or something like that, where I think $20 is where I need to start looking. I would start looking at what I really wanted to do. I think the $16 to $20 range is the sweet spot. They've totally blew that. They're right up there at the $20 range now. That's a big jump in price. It's $20 a month. Yeah, I know. I think I need to reevaluate and see what I want to do. What's going to happen here?
When was the last time you played on your console?
It's been a while.
So you think you'd ever go down just to PC Game Pass, $11.99?
I thought about that. I thought about that since yesterday.
No.
Maybe I just do the PC version of it. But the thing is, which I haven't played on a console, but there's a lot of console games. There's MLB The Show that's on there. There's Call of Duty, which would be on there, which would be on PC too, but Call of Duty would be on there. So I mean, I don't know. It's a tough decision to see, because I also got to look at the games I have on the console now that are Game Pass that would then go away.
Yeah. So that's why, I had the same discussion. I knew if I stopped Game Pass, my kids are going to be like, well, how come what's going on, Dad? What are these messages coming up?
Are we poor?
So I just did I just bought the 3 months, and I might dip into it again. I don't know. I don't know how many years you can stack. I for some reason, 3 years sticks out in my mind.
No, Jeremy always knew this stuff.
Yeah, how many years you could tack on. Some other quotes here. Jeff Grubb from Giant Bomb says, "To me, this says what we've known for a while and definitely how I felt. The future is all Game Pass strategy is over." They are close, like you said, Matt. They are close to losing people. And before you chime in, I want to just read one quote from this guy at IGN, Destin Legary, who's a big Xbox supporter. He says, "Real talk. In my opinion, Xbox is going to see a drop-off in subs if they raise Game Pass prices again in the next 12 months. The new prices are charging you 2 months worth more a year for Ultimate. People are tired of subscriptions raising prices. The whole thing seems at a saturation point, and customers are feeling the squeeze and canceling. Xbox making this announcement without any outline of how it'll be better for consumers is a mistake." I think this is the case, for all services. And that's where I want to sort of steer the conversation next. So I want to beat up on just Xbox because they're not the only guilty party. PlayStation has raised the prices, Netflix. I just got an email the other day for Spotify. My family plan has gone up.
Yeah,
So I think what I'm trying to get to here is my wife's going away this week, and I think one of these activities I'm going to spend is making a spreadsheet of all the services we have and what we're paying, and then sort of go through it together. What do we absolutely need? What are we getting value at? What haven't we used, and what can we get rid of?
Right.
I think it's just gone to that point. $20 does seem to me like why don't I just get, for people that don't have cable TV anymore, why don't I just get cable TV? Why am I subscribing to all this shit,
Right.
Like, there's some people out there that are going to spend $240 to play Call of fucking Duty. Right?
Yes,
just fucking cancel Game Pass and buy the game.
Buy the game at that point, yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
That's where we're going to be getting as people are going to go back to hopefully buying games and maybe canceling these subscriptions.
Well, I think another issue too is, Xbox. What are they doing to justify that price increase? Because a lot of the games that they've been putting out, first-party games have been crap. Nothing's been, stellar win to say, "Oh, here, all right, we're going to charge you $3 more a month," and well, yeah, there you go. Just kind of. But we got instead of saying, "Oh, get this, and this coming," or "We've done this," or "Look at the value you got out of this."
Yeah, just like that guy Destin said, there was no maybe that's coming. They're doing damage control here in a couple days or weeks, but yeah, there's no. I think what they're trying to tell you is, hey, you saw us at E3. That E3, I'm putting in quotes here. But you saw us at that reveal. All that stuff is coming. So that's why we're justifying the price increase, because finally the pipeline is ready to give you stuff. But then I think at the same sense, they're not also giving you, all right, so there's some tiers now that are not getting it day one. Well, what is the day? Is it 30 days? Is it 60 days? Is it per title? So everybody's just like, oh, this one came in 30 days. Now this one you're getting 6. Like, what is the agreement here? That's like, I think this guy, Ryan McCaffrey, who works at IGN, and he gets a lot of the scoops and interviews with Phil. He's a big Xbox guy. He still sometimes calls it like it is, and he says, well, time to reset. It has been X days since Xbox stepped on a rake. Put the sign back to 0. And for anybody who knows what that means, that's sort of like, the Three Stooges, right? That was like a comedy bit, like stepping on the rake and whacking yourself in the face.
Yep.
It's like for every good thing they do, like they showed all that stuff, all those games, and then maybe potentially doing the handheld. And we were like, yeah, that was such a good showing for them. They come out with stuff like this that makes you go, what the fuck? But again,
yeah.
But again, they're not the only ones. PlayStation has muddy tiers as well. They have 3 of them. They increased the prices a little while ago as well. That's just where we're headed as a country in the world, right? Everything is going up.
Yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think there's that too. They're probably thinking, like with Hulu, Netflix, and that. It's like something like you're getting ready to do. You're getting ready to write down everything that you have. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people it just automatically comes out of their account. They don't really see it,
like a gym membership. You're the whale.
Yeah,
right.
Right. Yeah. And so a lot of people don't know what they're paying for or what they're not paying for. Yeah. So, yeah, that might be what they're banking on.
It's time to take some control of this. I mean, I'm not going to be canceling, the Xbox stuff because the kids get a lot of enjoyment out of it. And like I said, I just stocked up. But yeah, I keep saying to the wife, these rich board members keep making the fucking money and at the, on the backs of us working people, and
yes, sir.
Are we really getting any value out of it? Or are we just paying because it's not all lump sum? It's $20 this week. It's $9.99 this week. It's $8.99 the week after, so you're not seeing that that big chunk come out like if it was a mortgage payment or something.
Yeah, right.
So
that, or you're not getting a letter in the mail saying, all right, this is due or whatever. Yeah, you're not getting notices. It just happens. It just comes out.
But it's funny how we look at the $20 price tag and say that's where we're going to draw the line, right? But
yeah.
I'm not trying to throw shade at you, but if you go to the bar and other people who go to the bar or people that smoke or people that go always eat out, they don't have a problem doing that. But the minute one of these services goes up in price, or they want to charge you full price for a game, God forbid,
Oh yeah, I hear you.
It's funny, like the perceived value of things, depending on what's important to you.
Well, it's same thing at the bar. The price of beer goes up $1. It's like, son of a bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah, it doesn't taste any better. In fact, there's probably more water in this damn thing.
Well, that and the people bitch and complain, but they keep coming. Yeah. They keep coming. So,
boy, I'm glad I've kicked that habit long ass time ago.
Yeah, I've slowed down on that too.
Good. Can tell.
Yeah.
All right. Anything more that you want to say on any of that stuff with the subscriptions? You said you're gonna think it over, so you'll get back to us on it.
Yeah, I gotta think it over and see how this plays out. What I want to do. Like the Fallout 76, we're playing that on the Game Pass. So that's a big thing. I'm heavily invested in that now. I've got I'm way over level 50. I'm level like 88 or something like that now. Got some great weapons, some cool shit going on. I don't know if I want to start that all over again on Steam or something.
Yeah, that was my whole thing of maybe buying it today. If they ever figure out the whole cross progression, then you could bounce over to Steam with your existing characters.
I think maybe if they even did cross, if right now, like I would probably buy it again for $40 on Steam.
Yeah. Yes, because I want to get into like the mods, the test servers, things of that nature that I just don't think are readily available on the Game Pass version that we're playing.
Correct.
We're slumming it. We're putting all these hours in, but we're slumming it.
Yeah, we are. We're not real players, I guess. We're not real vault dwellers, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Mm. All right. Before we end this show, Matt, I got 2 items for you with quick bits, Matt's quips. Okay,
hit me up.
We're looking for some of your hot takes here. The first one coming at you hot. Microsoft will be shutting down the Xbox 360 stores on July 29th.
And no idea they were still around. The 360 stores. Holy moly. All right. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, everyone move along, folks. Move ahead. Come on.
All right. And the last one here for you, just 6 months after its release, the highly panned Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will be coming free to Prime Gaming. And I believe when you play it on Prime Gaming, I think you play that over on Epic Game Store. They don't have that with Steam. So you'd be downloading you'd be adding it to your Prime account, but they would give you a key for the Epic Game Store. So Suicide Squad, the Justice League, didn't do well. These are the same people that, this is Rocksteady who put out the Arkham games. 6 months after release, coming free via Amazon Prime.
Straight to video production.
That is, I'm not sure if you have the Epic game installer installed on your PC.
I have the Epic Games launcher.
And I know you have Amazon Prime, right?
I do.
This might be something, a fun co-op night. It's a beautiful looking game.
Is it? Okay.
And it's kind of repetitive like a lot of the Fallout stuff, or those games as a service type things, doing this, a lot of mission types. So it could be some comedic value coming out of that. But it is, the content is shallow. Maybe think like Anthem, right?
Oh, that was a great game.
But the traversal is similar to Anthem, and it is a visually a stunning game.
So what you said? So when you first, brought this up, so this isn't like a what the fuck was that? What Google just had, the cloud gaming service where you just had a controller.
No, this isn't Luna. You're gonna get.
This is actual. You're actually getting a game to download on your PC to play. This isn't cloud streaming or something like that through Amazon.
No, with Amazon Prime Gaming, you'll get games for Luna, their service, but you also get games for like GOG or Epic Game Store. So this will you'll be able to claim this and 2 other games starting on July 16th, starting at 12 a.m. Pacific time. But the catch here is you only have 48 hours to add it to your library via the Epic Game Store. So it's not going to be up there for weeks like other games.
Once you see it, you better grab it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm guessing it's yours as long as you're an Amazon Prime subscriber. You get to keep it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I don't know if they have their API in such a way that if you cancel Amazon Prime, that it yanks it out of the Epic Game Store. I don't know.
Why don't you try that for me, Mike? I bought that jet suit. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and try this?
Just cancel Amazon Prime. Well, shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I had for you kiddies this week. It's been 2 weeks since we've last spoken. It's hot in the summer months, so not much else going on gaming-wise. I think there's some news coming out next week about Diablo. I think a bunch of outlets are going to be carrying their expansion that's coming up. There's going to be some preview events. Pretty soon that Star Wars Outlaws game's coming out. I think there's some previews hitting for that shortly over the next couple of days. So maybe the next episode we'll touch on some of that stuff to see where our excitement level is for the Diablo 4 expansion and Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah, I'd like to know more about that Star Wars. See what's going on with that.
Yep.
Okay.
Other than that, Matt, headed to the farm anytime soon to connect with nature?
Well, I was going to go this weekend, connect with nature, get very close in that.
Yeah.
But we got a church festival that we're going to instead. So it'll be next weekend. I'll go up next weekend. It'll be 3 weeks time frame, unfortunately, but I'll do that.
Not to get into your business, when was the last time you've been to church? But you drink their beer, though. You like Friar.
I drink their.
You like Friar Tuck.
Yeah, I drink their beer. I give them money. I drink their beer. Give them money. Gamble. It's all for Jesus. It's fine.
It's all for Jesus.
It's all for Jesus. Drinking beer for Jesus.
You know, the last time I had to bail you out of the show because you were venturing into some strange waters. I think I'm going to do the same this time as well. This has been episode 11, and we'll catch you in 2 weeks.
Bye.